Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hollywood Horizon. You think you know Maria Sharapova, the glamorous tennis legend with the $1 million smile and unstoppable power. But trust me, there's a side of her story that will shock you. Behind those flawless magazine covers and iconic moments on the court lies a journey filled with sacrifice, scandal, and incredible determination. You won't believe how far she came and what it truly cost her to stay on top. Before the fame, before the 5 Grand Slam titles, Maria Sharapova was just a little girl with a racket that was almost bigger than she was. Born in Nyagin, Russia, her story didn't start with luxury or privilege. It began with a dream and a father who refused to let that dream die. When Maria was only 6 years old, her father Yuri took a leap of faith. With just $700 to their name, he packed up and moved to the United States, chasing a future he could barely imagine. Her mother couldn't come at first because of visa issues, so for 2 long years, Maria and her dad struggled alone in a strange new country. They didn't speak English, they didn't have friends, but they had drive. Maria trained for hours every day at the Nick Bullet-Terry Tennis Academy in Florida, surrounded by older, stronger players. She was just a child, but she hit the ball like her life depended on it. And in a way, it did. That fire, that focus, it was the beginning of something legendary. By the time she turned 17, the world finally saw what that little girl had been fighting for. It was 2004. Wimbledon. The world watched as this tall, confident teenager stepped onto the grass courts to face the unbeatable Serena Williams. Nobody expected her to win. Nobody thought she even had a chance. But what happened next made history. Maria played with calm precision and fearless energy. Every swing was pure power, every point earned with unbelievable composure. When she won that final set, the crowd erupted. A new star was born. At just 17, she had defeated one of the greatest players in the world, and suddenly, everyone knew her name. Endorsements came flooding in. She wasn't just a tennis champion, she was a global phenomenon. Her elegance, beauty, and fierce competitive spirit made her one of the most photographed athletes in the world. From luxury fashion campaigns to magazine covers, Maria became a symbol of power and grace. She turned her fame into an empire, launching her own candy line, Sugarpova, and redefining what it meant to be both an athlete and a businesswoman. She wasn't just winning trophies, she was building a legacy. And trust me, at her peak, Maria Sharapova wasn't just unstoppable, she was untouchable. But behind the fame and fortune, something darker was brewing. In 2016, the world stopped when Maria Sharapova made a shocking announcement. She stood in front of cameras, her voice steady, but her eyes filled with emotion. "I made a huge mistake," she said. "I failed a drug test." Fans were stunned. Headlines exploded. How could one of the most disciplined, respected athletes in the world fall like this? The news rocked the sports world to its core. Maria explained that she had been taking a substance called meldonium for over 10 years, prescribed by her doctor for health issues. But what she didn't know was that the World Anti-Doping Agency had recently banned it. The update slipped through the cracks, and suddenly she found herself at the center of a global scandal. The punishment was harsh. A 15-month suspension. For someone like Maria, who had spent her entire life fighting for every win, every title, every moment, it felt like everything had been taken away overnight. But true to form, she didn't hide, she didn't run, she came back stronger. During that time, she reflected, rebuilt, and refused to let that one chapter define her story. When she finally returned to the court, fans erupted in support. They didn't see a fallen star, they saw a fighter. Still, the sport had changed. The competition was younger, faster, hungrier. Maria battled injuries, criticism, and doubt. But she kept showing up, proving that resilience is its own kind of victory. Today, Maria Sharapova is more than just a tennis champion. She's a global icon who turned adversity into empowerment. From the child who arrived in America with nothing to a multimillionaire athlete and entrepreneur, her story is one of courage, grace, and unshakable will. She retired from tennis in 2020, but her influence never faded. Her most private photos, the ones beyond the trophies and glamour, show the real Maria, the moments of laughter, pain, and quiet reflection that fans rarely see. The woman behind the fame, strong, wise, and finally, at peace. Maria built her empire on discipline, beauty, and bravery. And even when the world tried to knock her down, she never stayed down for long. She reminded everyone that falling isn't failure. It's part of the fight. And that's why her name will forever echo through the halls of tennis history. So, what's your favorite Maria Sharapova moment? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. Thanks for watching Hollywood Horizon, where we bring you the untold stories behind Hollywood's brightest stars.